Getting a home loan in 2021 is more than just how much you earn. There's credit cards, applications, APRA rules, online gambling, the list goes on and on and on. So what do you need to do to be ready? You've got to do application preparation. Just like training for any sport, you need to be prepared so you don't make those mistakes and end up getting rejected tomorrow. If you want to know more about it, watch the full video. What are some of the other things they should be thinking about that the banks do have a look at to assess whether they want to give them a loan or not?
Short and sharp, this is not. This is very important, and we need to sort of drill a little bit into it.
All
Look,
right, let's do it.
just for all our listeners out there, since the Royal Commission, banks would look at every living expenses. Many people that apply for a loan fail to disclose these expenses, so much to the point that all applicants under 35% that put applications, 53%, people up to 35 years old, 53% of all those applications were declined due to undisclosed living expenses. With credit card being the majority one, 80 to 90% of those applications were told to reduce or close their credit card. So let's drill into a couple of things. I won't go into too much detail, but things you've got to really look out for that can affect your borrowing capacity. Number one, pay later schemes like Afterpay, betting accounts, ordering food delivery like Uber Eats, Menulog, credit cards, household bills, automatic subscriptions, food boxes that get delivered on a weekly basis, phone contracts, magazines, personal loans, car loans or leases, uni debts, casual or contract employment are also looked as not stable or robust. And of course, self-employed borrowers, because they judge based on the last 2 years of income.
So I can't be a gambler.
There goes Melbourne Cup plans.
So for those of you that were trying to get in and quickly buy something, perhaps don't bet on Melbourne Cup this year. Keep it clean.
Okay, so now let's give some positive news. Let's give some tips for the people to look out for. First of all, to improve your borrowing capacity is what we refer to as preparation for application. While it is handy to have a pre-approval, first of all, and a lot of people don't know this, it's a good idea to have a pre-approval, but you don't want to obtain too many because each time you do, it marks your credit and that can work against you at the end. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, credit card limits. You need to reduce your limit or close the credit card because it's not subject to how much you own on the credit card, but how much your limit is that the bank looks at. So you might have a $10,000 credit card with only $5 owned on it. They don't look at that. They just look at the total limit. Also, transactions, like we said, sports bet, Uber Eats, all this can affect your application. So a couple of months before you apply for a loan, clean things up. Late payments on loan or overdue payments, overdue notices, outstanding payments, they can also reflect negative. So make sure all your payments are up to date. Living expenses, state the full amount and correct amount, as the bank will cross-check this with your statements. And final one is be organized, especially if you're self-employed. Self-employed need 2 last years of tax returns, and business financials, they need proof of income. Now, something that people also have to understand, that the APRA lending buffer of 0.5% increase applies to mainly all the major lenders. So if you shop around, you can obtain more borrowing from smaller institutions. And a good broker that has a wide range of lender options and knowledge will always get you the best result.
Now, the key thing that I took away from that, everyone, is I asked him to be short and sharp and he wasn't, but he gave us one saying, which I think is key: application preparation. Just like we all do as soon as spring hits, what do? We think we've got to get our summer body ready. And we know that that takes 3 months. So I think you said about 3 months you need to get yourself in top condition. So just think about it like that. You know, Sure, if you find the perfect home today, you might have no choice but to just jump on it. But really, you should be, planning ahead. Remember what Greg said: have a plan, understand, don't rush things. And Lucas is effectively telling us that we need about 90 days to, iron out all these things, make sure that we've got a good track record there. We're on top of it so that we're ready to go with our application. As soon as we find that home, we can hit the ground running. So I think that's the key takeaway there if you didn't get it all. Application, preparation, 3 months. Just like you do every year when you think, I'm going to look good down at the beach. For most of you, like me, you never do anything about it, but we all know we should start 90 days before summer starts. So just remember that.